guys, welcome back to my channel. In a sneak peek for an upcoming episode of Teen Mom OG, we see Bentley's mom, Maci, in Vegas heading over to a strip show where a bunch of men get naked on television cameras for money. She even went as far as getting on stage in front of these cameras on a show associated with her son and like ran her hand down like this person's body and like got grinded on stage. I wonder if the other girls are gonna wanna pull their kids off this show at this point. I mean, that's a little bit much for a show called Teen Mom, right? Another thing to look forward to in the upcoming episode of Teen Mom OG is the usual fight between Farrah and her mom. This scene was really awkward. I feel like we're gonna have to watch the full episode to really grasp what happened because it seemed like Deborah walked into the room hot off the heels of another fight that the two of them had. Literally, Deborah says all of like one sentence to Farrah and she blows up. She starts yelling at her, fighting at her. She's like, you know what? All those family therapy things we do are on my dime because of my name, blah, 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 blah. And then Deb's like, you know what, Farrah, we can't change the past, blah, blah, blah. And so Farrah brings up the incident. Remember, that was one of the first ever Teen Mom scandals where we saw like a mugshot of Deborah and we found out that the backstory was that she got arrested because apparently she had hit Farrah in their home, and then Farrah called the police, and when the police arrived, Deborah was just standing there with her with a knife in her hand and she wouldn't put it down. And I'm like, wait, sidebar, Deborah, you are lucky. Like, a lot of people are getting killed for a lot less than that these days. And, you know, Deborah wound up having to do community service after the whole thing. And so Farrah's like, you know what? Like, what about that time you hit me? And so Deborah denies ever hitting Farrah. And then Farrah, who's already been like set off and on a rage, gets like overwhelmingly pissed off, and she like storms off crying, you know, yelling at her mom, talking about how she's always denying her memories, always trying to claim everything is fake or Farrah's fault. She's like, yeah, you're right, I hit myself, you dumb bitch. And she walks out. And one thing I really want to mention about Farrah is watching her scenes gives me like anxiety, because like I have never grown up or been around homes or households where people just yell at each other. So to me, this stuff is so foreign and like freaky, you know, and I can only imagine what it's like for her daughter to have grown up in that kind of environment her whole life, where her mom is the picture of unpredictable. You could literally remember that last episode where Deborah literally just asked Farrah, she was like, hey, how do I pull this up in the back of the truck? And Farrah starts cursing and yelling and screaming and swearing, and it's, how do you do that around like your child? That's so disgusting. You're creating such a hostile environment, and it's not right one bit. I don't know where Sophia was throughout all this, but she was probably within earshot. Like, whether or not she was doing her own thing, she was probably within earshot, and Farrah really needs to cool her jet. Remember, on one of these episodes, Dr. Jen told Farrah, stop talking about Simon to Sophia too much. You're gonna make her too attached to him, especially if he's not your husband, right? And Farrah, ever since that, has really taken that advice to heart, and she always tells people, like when she went to visit Daddy Derek's family, she told them not to mention Simon because Sophia was around. So I'm hoping that Dr. Jen, the next time she sees Farrah, can tell her, stop flying off at the handle at every little damn thing. Stop yelling all the time. Stop demeaning people. Stop swearing at people. Stop treating people like shit, because it's disgusting. You're setting an awful example for your daughter. You're probably giving her like you know, her own personal issues, whether it's like anxiety issues, like walking on eggshells, because you never know when mom's gonna fight with you or when mom's gonna fight with, you know, her own mom. It's just, it's a mess. She really needs to learn how to, first of all, articulate herself the way a grown-ass adult should be able to. Her vocabulary is embarrassingly small. And second of all, just work on her temper and the way she treats people. She needs to treat people with respect if she really wants her daughter to grow up to be, you know, happy, healthy, and a good member of society. We don't need another Farrah around here. And I'm sorry to say that, Farrah, but you really do need to work on that sort of thing. Anyway, you guys, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this upcoming scene. So share all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more, and share it with your friends, or follow me across social media where I do love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching.